The Steadward Center for Physical and Personal Achievement welcomes nearly 1,000 adults, youth, and children experiencing disability each year. The Faculty of Kinesiology, Sport, and Recreation within the University of Alberta inspires research, education, and collaboration. Founded in 1978 by Dr. Robert Steadward.
When people would ask me what I do, I would always tell them that I work at the University of Alberta, one of the greatest universities in the world. Back in 1964, a person who made a big difference in my life in those early years was the first dean of the faculty, Maury Van Vliet. Maybe he saw something that I didn't see within myself. When we hosted the first National Wheelchair Games for Canada here on this campus, right outside these doors and the old track area. And it was Maury who chaired those games, and it was him that grabbed me and said, "You're going to help me organize and run these games." And they can compete in more than sport now. They can compete for a place in an educational environment. They can compete for jobs. I just felt right away that it was this was the place to make a difference. My goals, my dreams, my drive, my purpose for being became one of trying to change what was to what could be. It starts at home, but can't end there. And that's why I took the leap of faith to help lead those organizations with fabulous people. I took on the challenge of putting together a new world body called the International Paralympic Committee in about 1980. I put together a document which brought about 40 countries together. We'd put forth 23 resolutions. Every one of them passed either unanimously or just about unanimously, and that helped to create the International Paralympic Committee in 1989. Had to be a sports structure, not a medical structure. Had to be run by the nations of the world. We had to have athletes on the board. We had to have a functional classification. So I got elected as the founding president. And then my biggest challenge after that was to make friends with the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, so I could bring those two organizations together. And that took 12 years of sweat, blood, and tears. But we did it. In 2000, when we signed the MOU and we were in Sydney, Australia, kids would run across the street to get their autograph and ask what sport they played, not what their disability was. We had 42 or 43 nations when I started in '89 as president, and when I left 12 years later, we had 175 countries as full members of the movement. And now today, we're the second largest sporting movement in the world. You always talk about the importance of doing something at home. So I felt that it was really important to do my very best to help people locally. And again, there were so many people living with a disability in Edmonton that were not getting the coaching, the facilities, the equipment to participate in sport and recreation. You know, other countries have emulated what we do here and have built centers based on what we have done here over the last 45 years, which is phenomenal. It's truly overwhelming. You have no idea the humility that it builds in a person. You know, why me? when it wasn't me, it was my family that sacrificed so much while I was away building and they were at home, whether it's being appointed a Companion of the Order of Canada or whether it's receiving the Olympic Order or any of those others. It's because they're recognizing what a lot of people have given to ensure that people with disability have their rightful place in the community and in society. So every person that sees that Companion of the Order of Canada or the Alberta Order of Excellence or whatever have, they can touch and say, I was part of that. And with a leader, you've got to make sure that you understand what respect, trust, and responsibility is all about. Then top that by saying, and you want to succeed. Do you know what the recipe is for success? The ingredients are the same for everyone, but it's how they use those ingredients, which is skill, commitment, sacrifice, and attitude. I mean, I'm very proud of the center. My name with it is fine, but to me it symbolizes the outstanding accomplishments and loyalty and hard work that so many people have committed to make it what it is today. I mean, all you need to do, look at the leadership we have in Dr. Jen Leo. I mean, look what she has been doing and others that have gone before her. And as I see where we're at in the world today, I still feel we have a long way to go.